It really wasn't that long ago the Japanese billionaires and their companies pretty much ruled the world. They were the ones making the future, the titans of industry. But today, well, they've kind of been eclipsed by these massive giants from America and China. So what on earth happened?
Right. And see, this isn't just a simple story of one rise and one fall. Oh, no. It's a cycle. It's this massive economic roller coaster that Japan's been riding for more than 150 years. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how they pulled it off, lost everything, and then somehow managed to do it all over again.
Yeah, this comparison right here, it tells the whole story. Back in the 80s, the names on the left, Sony, Toyota, Mitsubishi, man, they were the global economy. But today, all the buzz is about the names on the right. Figuring out how that shift happened is exactly what we're going to unpack. Okay, so our story has to start way back when Japan was basically a hermit kingdom. I mean, it was intentionally cut off from the rest of the world for over 200 years. And then, almost in an instant, everything changed. The guy who lit the fuse on this whole thing was an American naval officer, Commodore Matthew Perry. And yeah, we have to say it, no, not the one from Friends. This Perry had a very different kind of mission. He was there to open Japan up for business, by force if he had to. What's just absolutely staggering here is the speed of it all. When Perry's giant coal-powered black ships steamed into the harbor, the shogunate was so blown away by the tech gap that they signed a treaty just 1 year later. That shock kicked off the Meiji Restoration, which you can think of as Japan's biggest cultural firmware update ever, a mad dash to modernize and catch up to the West. Now, this lightning-fast modernization, it wasn't just a government project. It actually created Japan's very first generation of billionaires, these incredibly powerful family-run conglomerates known as the zaibatsu. So you're probably asking, what the heck is a zaibatsu? Well, the word literally means financial clique. But just think of them as these massive, family-run empires that controlled, well, everything. We're talking banking, mining, shipbuilding, textiles, you name it, they were in it, and it was all connected. And this is how they built their empires. The Mitsui family is a perfect example. They'd start in one area, like chemicals for dyes. Then they'd use those profits to expand into a related business, like textiles. Well, now you need ships to move your textiles, so they get into shipbuilding. It was this brilliant, self-fueling machine. But the real genius move? They brought in foreign experts to get old state-owned mines running again, which unlocked just a ridiculous amount of value and cemented their power. But as you can probably guess, having that much power concentrated in so few hands, it had a dark side, a really dark side. The same industrial might that built the zaibatsu fortunes also fueled Japan's military expansion, which ultimately led the entire nation and the families themselves straight into total ruin. So after Japan surrendered in World War II, the Allied forces moved in to completely dismantle the zaibatsu. And they did not mess around. The first blow was a staggering 85% tax on their assets to pay off war debts. For some of the family heads, that number was even higher. And they were just getting started. A special commission was created to actively seize all their holdings. In just one raid on the Tokyo offices of Mitsubishi and Mitsui, they walked out with 1.25 billion yen in stocks and bonds. It was so much paper, they literally needed 2 trucks to haul it all away. And for the final nail in the coffin, any cash the zaibatsu families managed to hold onto became basically worthless. Post-war hyperinflation was so bad, it just wiped out 97% of their money's value. And just like that, poof, the first great age of Japanese billionaires was over. But then, from those literal ashes, something absolutely incredible happened. One of the most amazing economic rebirths in all of history. Japan was about to build a global powerhouse all over again. And here's where history starts to sound familiar. Just like the first time around, this second rise was kicked off by an outsider. This time, it wasn't a Commodore with warships, it was an American economist named Joseph Dodge. His economic plan basically hit the reset button, fixed the currency, and laid the foundation for the recovery. But the real secret sauce, the internal engine that powered this miracle, was a cultural concept called kaizen. It just means continuous improvement. And it's this whole philosophy where every single employee, from the top boss to the person on the factory floor, is constantly looking for ways to make things better. That idea is what turned Made in Japan into a global symbol for quality and innovation. And this gave us a whole new generation of titans. I mean, Sony changed the way we all listen to music with the Walkman. Toyota and Honda completely changed how the world drives. And new billionaires emerged, like the real estate mogul Yoshiaki Tsutsumi, who is actually the world's richest person for a bit, and of course Masayoshi Son, founder of the investment behemoth SoftBank. So Japan was on top of the world. It really felt like nothing could stop them. But history, as it turns out, loves to repeat itself. Starting in the 1990s, that incredible economic miracle started to grind to a halt. And this slide really nails why. Japan just lost its innovative edge. In electronics, they kind of missed the boat on the PC and smartphone revolution, and companies like Apple just flew right past them. In the car industry, Tesla showed up as a major new competitor. And even in global investing, some really high-profile losses, like with WeWork, damaged their reputation right as China's economy was taking off. A lot of the problems were internal. A massive real estate bubble popped, just wiping out trillions in value. Then you had a rapidly aging population and a corporate culture that had become really resistant to change. All of it together created this perfect storm that led to nearly 2 decades of going nowhere, what everyone now calls the lost decades. Which, of course, brings us to today. After 2 incredible rises and 2 devastating falls, we're left with the big trillion-yen question. When you look at it like this, laid out in a chart, the pattern is just undeniable. You have the Meiji rise, then the post-war rise, each one a distinct boom and bust. And now you're just left looking at that third empty spot, wondering if the cycle is destined to repeat itself. So, will Japan rise again? Will they find some new way to use technology and leapfrog ahead one more time? Or have the rules of the global economy changed so much that this time the cycle is truly broken for good? It's the one question that really defines Japan's future. And honestly, it's the perfect place to leave you thinking.